How did you get to the idea to build a tiny house?
I don't actually remember where the idea first came to me. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and I really liked the idea of leaving less of a footprint. I liked the idea of lessening my possessions. My take on things is that the more possessions you own, the more your possessions own you. And so it's something that I see fitting my personal belief systems. The other idea with my tiny home is that I want it to be on wheels. I want to be able to travel still. I feel like I'm young and I want to be able to explore, but it would be nice to be able to take my home with me.
So right now what you're making is a mock-up. What exactly does that mean?
Well, I wanted to start the tiny home. I wanted to start building my own tiny home. And I've even seen some people go about it that way, where they're like, oh, I have this great idea, and now I'm going to go and put it into action. And that's fantastic, except my dad is too practical of an individual to allow me to just willy-nilly start hammering and putting boards together and not actually coming up with a solid foundation for my crazy ideas. And so what his idea was is that this shed was recently insulated and sheetrocked, and so I could start living out here and getting a feel for what it's like to live small, getting a feel for where I'm going to put the bathroom, what kind of situation I'm going to have for the shower or the kitchen, and is the length or width that I had in my head going to be enough for me to actually live in.
So now that you've started living tiny, what kind of things are you planning on doing as far as storage goes?
We have obviously a lot of shelving is a key element, and that's one thing that I've found in the videos that I've watched. A lot of people are big fans of the shelving. It may not be, after we build the actual tiny home, we may not have room up in the rafters, but right now we have storage up in the rafters. We've raised the bed up on stilts in order to be able to slide our clothing underneath. Again, that won't be long term because we're going to have a Murphy bed that folds up into the wall. However, as a part of that, we're building a Murphy bed that folds into the wall. Behind the Murphy bed will be a closet that pulls out on either side. And then from there will fall a table to everything can kind of fold back together. And that's the thing, like looking up online on YouTube and different things online, you find a lot of different things as far as like how to turn one bedroom into 6 different bedrooms according to things that can move around your house.
What have you learned so far from building this tiny house?
For one thing, I bought a really cute little wood stove, and it turns out to not be as efficient as I would like. We'll probably have to have another source for heat. I will probably have to have it bigger than what I was intending, as well as I've even run into some problems of like the bed and like putting it down on paper as to how the Murphy bed will work and folding up into the wall and a table coming out and all this fun stuff that I have in my mind that works. But the actual application of it, I think is going to have to be refined.
How long are you hoping that this project is going to take you?
The actual building process of it, I hope to have done in about a year.
So what are your plans for your bathroom and maybe kitchen needs?
The bathroom, I'm going to have a composting toilet. The shower is going to be, in my mind, is going to be a solar shower, which is essentially a 3 to 5 gallon bag that is black and insulated to retain heat, and you set it out in the sun and it warms the water up. Washing clothes is where I'm still struggling, because for a while I was thinking, oh, I'll wash my clothes in the tub. And then it occurred to me that I'm showering and not taking the space for a tub in my tiny home. Basically, water needs in general are something that I have to investigate further.